to the home of fear.
Okay, this is going way too far.
Lights on, no toying around. And let the fun begin.
Hello and welcome to another vlog on the channel, and today we're here at Thorpe Park for the annual Fright Nights event, and this is going to be an absolutely incredible vlog because obviously today we've all got the amazing Fright Nights experiences, but this will be my first time riding Hyperia, which is the UK's tallest, fastest and longest roller coaster. Yeah, we've seen the ride testing quite a few times now with the water dummies in, and it looks absolutely crazy. Like this ride, honestly, the cameras, they make it look smaller than it actually is. Come here in real life, it looks absolutely huge. It dominates the skyline of the entire park. And yeah, and we're going to be getting on Hyperia today for the first time. In fact, that's where we're heading straight away. As soon as we get in the park, out of the dome, first place we're going, Hyperia. We'll make sure to document all of that for you guys to see.
Thank you. What's this one?
We're next after this then.
So I just experienced Hyperia for the first time. It was on the third row, and oh my word, that was absolutely phenomenal. Like, it's insane, it's indescribable, like the amount of airtime and hang time you get on this thing, the amount of forces, the speeds, the sheer height of everything, like look at that is absolutely huge. Literally everything about this ride, it is mental. Oh my words, it is absolutely crazy. Yeah, it is definitely one of the best roller coasters I've ever been. Whether it's number one yet, whether it beats the Smiler, I'd have to go on it another time, like maybe a couple more times to decide whether it actually takes the place of my number one coaster. But that was absolutely crazy. Oh my, sorry, my throat is hurting from all the screaming I did on this ride. It was crazy. But yeah, we're gonna go on Colossus now. And I will see you when we come off of it. So we just rode Colossus here at Thorpe Park, and unfortunately it was only running on one train, and it was decent. I was expecting it to be quite rough because we were seated towards the back of the ride. It weren't too bad. It was a little bit rough, but it weren't unbearable. It was a decent ride, but I do still think that Sick at Flamingo Land is the better Intamin multi-inversion coaster in this country. What I do like about Colossus this year is how they've done up the whole area. They've painted about half the track. They've done up loads of like all the areas, theming and landscaping, and it just looks fresher and newer, which I like what they've done. All part of that Sparkle project that we're doing during the close season, and they're going to continue doing during this close season. So yeah, that was pretty cool. So yeah, just in there is one of the 4 scare mazes that I will be experiencing later with Stitches. Now this scare maze was brand new for last season, and apparently it's absolutely fantastic. The theming inside there, I've heard, is phenomenal, and I'm really looking forward to it. And yes, it'll be a few hours yet before we actually get to experience any scare mazes, because all the scare attractions, other than the Crows and Walking Meadow, all open at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and that's when I'll be doing all 4 scare mazes. Which one I'll start with, I'm not sure. I suppose it depends which one I'm nearest to when the clock strikes 3.
And here we go!
So we just had a ride on Flying Fish, and that was a pretty good ride. Nice little family coaster. And here we are walking through the brand new themed land for this year, Big Easy Boulevard. Now, as recently as last year, this was all Angry Birds land, but what they've done with it this season, I really like how they've done it all up and made it into a brand new, fresh and vibrant themed land. And it's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, we're heading towards Stealth now, which is now the 3rd tallest and 2nd fastest roller coaster in the UK. And yeah, we'll be heading straight towards Stealth, and I'll tell you all about it once I've come off the ride. So we rode Stealth way over there on that side of the park. Don't know if you can see it from here. That was a pretty good ride. As always, literally, Stealth provides such a short experience, but it's such a really good experience as well. Like, that launch is so forceful. And ever since Dodonpa closed in Japan, that technically now makes Stealth the world's fastest accelerating roller coaster, because it goes from 0 to 80 miles per hour in 1.8 seconds, which is technically now the world's fastest acceleration on a launch, which is crazy. And then after that, we went into the Sunset Cinema to experience the new for this year, the Ready Player One 4D experience. And it was pretty good, some of the effects were really good. But what confused me is that the show times were hourly. So like the shows for Ready Player One were at 12 PM, 1 PM and 2 PM. But the show itself is only about 15 minutes long. So does that mean there's like a 45-minute gap between shows, which confuses me. So maybe they could have made the show a little bit longer, like maybe, I don't know, half an hour or 45 minutes. But other than that, it was pretty decent. And hopefully later we'll be able to try out the It 4D experience, which starts at 3 o'clock. But until then, we're heading towards the Swarm, which is the UK's first wing coaster. And it's the best wing coaster in the UK. And it's one of the best rides at Thorpe Park, and I'll show you what it was like when we get off the ride. So we just experienced the Swarm Hyperia, which is the UK's first and best wing coaster, and that was an absolutely incredible ride. Like, it's such a completely different to anything else we've got in the UK. Well, obviously it was until Mandrill Mayhem opened, but even those rides are two sort of completely, they're not really comparable, because that has more of a traditional wing coaster layout, whereas Mandrill Mayhem is a shuttle coaster. It has multiple launches, and apart from that zero G roll, it's mainly a family coaster. But yeah, the Swarm, absolutely phenomenal ride. One of the best coasters at Thorpe Park. Obviously it's just been beaten by Hyperia. But yeah, absolutely amazing ride. Now later we are going to be back on the Swarm Island, but not for the Swarm. We're going to experience one of 4 mazes survival games, which is actually located adjacent to the Swarm. Yeah, it was absolutely amazing, and I'll see you when we go on the next ride. So we just rode Nemesis Inferno here, and it is a great ride, don't get me wrong, it's quite intense in some parts, but obviously, especially since Nemesis Reborn has been reimagined for this year, this is the inferior Nemesis. Still a good ride though, but it's not as good as original Nemesis or Nemesis Reborn. Now, it is 20 to 3, so in 20 minutes time, all of Fright Nights will begin. And we're here in the jungle area, which means the nearest maze to me is trailers. So in 20 minutes, I'm going to be entering the queue for trailers and starting with this as my first scare maze of the day. So I'll see you when it is time to enter this attraction. So we have now entered the queue for trailers. Now it is still 15 minutes until this maze opens. So yeah, we're just about to go in the maze and it'll be absolutely amazing.
Ever feel like someone is watching you? For the residents of Stain Street, something is.
So I just experienced my first scare maze of the day with trailers, and that was such an incredible maze. I had actually done a version of trailers before. Last time I came here, when it was on for Carnival, we did trailers Breakout and Bozos, which was a slightly more tamer version. It was full of clowns. That was so much more better. Like, the scares were amped up a lot more, and it was such an incredible experience. I loved every minute of it. I loved all the references to previous scare mazes as well. Like, they had room things like Creek Freak Massacre, Platform 15, which I loved. Yeah, it was awesome. So now we're heading straight to our second maze of the day, which is Deadbeat, which is the new for 2024 scare maze, located inside the former Black Mirror Labyrinth building. So I will show you the queue line for that attraction. So yeah, it's literally just right opposite the absolutely amazing Hyperia. It's sort of around this corner. And here it is. Like I said, I've been in this building before, because it used to be known as Black Mirror Labyrinth, and now it's been basically brought back to its original roots, because before it was Black Mirror, it was home to a number of different mazes: Cabin in the Woods, Walking Dead Living Nightmare, Walking Dead Do or Die, and now it's Deadbeat. And this looks this looks really cool. Yeah, I've been in here before when it was Black Mirror, and now it looks pretty different. Like, it's a completely different vibe around here. I wonder how different it'll be on the inside. I'm very interested to see. So yeah, I'm about to go inside Deadbeat, and I'll see what it's like. Experienced Deadbeat, which is the brand new scare maze for this year here at Fright Nights, and it was a pretty good maze. You know, I like how they've completely transformed the whole inside of Black Mirror Labyrinth, which was literally just a lot of mirrors and lights and not much else. They've made it into a completely themed environment. Some of the theming there is actually really good. It does genuinely feel like you're in like a nightclub or on a disco and the last night on Earth. And yeah, the only thing being, I just wish that there was a little more interaction with the visitors and the actors, because it felt like once you've gone past like each actor, they sort of like jumped at you and then that was it. I wish there was like just a little bit more interaction with the actors from the guests, but other than that, it was pretty good. So far my favourite maze of the day though is Trailers. That maze was just non-stop intensity. Dead Beat is very similar, but I think Trailers just does it like just a little bit better, in my opinion anyway. But now we're heading to the third maze of the day, which is Stitches, which was their brand new maze for last year. And like I said earlier, I've heard really good things about this maze, and it looks really impressive on the inside. So when we get there, I'll show you what it's like. So yeah, we're now just about to enter Stitches, which looks like it has a long queue. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. Mainly there's like the whole theming element, and apparently it just goes on forever. As it was the same with the previous mazes, filming inside is strictly prohibited, so I can't show you the inside of the maze, but I can tell you all about it once I've come outside. So I'm about to go in Stitches and I'll tell you what it's like when I come out. Oh my word, the crows are here. Oh my word, there's actually so many of them. What? Oh. Whoa. Oh dear. Hello. Oh no. Oh my word. So I just went through Stitches, which was, and literally as you just saw, waiting for me outside of Stitches were the crows. Oh my word. But honestly, Stitches though, I don't know what to say. Like, it was actually really, it was amazing. Like, it felt really long. The theming was phenomenal. I think that's probably the best themed maze out of the 3 I've done so far. Like, honestly, and it's just the storytelling part of it is so good. Like, it's like sort of like got this sort of creepy sort of ambience to it with all the what are supposed to be like toys that are sort of come to life and have turned into horrific creatures, and it sort of escalates as you go on through the maze. Like, it's not just the toys either, there's like these people who are working like the sewing room and the stitching room who were it was insane. I think I'm actually not sure if that's now my favourite maze or Trailers. I'll have to think about it, but I think I'll probably decide once we've done our 4th and final maze of the evening / afternoon, because it's still 3 o'clock, which is survival games. Now, survival games sounds like it's going to be wild, because I've heard it's the most intense maze out of all the mazes at this year's Fright Nights, mainly because the actors, not only did they touch you, they manhandle you, from what I've heard anyway. And even though I'm going on my own, so it don't really matter, but apparently you can get split up from your group, and there are multiple paths you can take in this maze at all, as well. So it takes the word maze and makes it more literal. So I'm just walking over towards survival games now, and I will see you when I get there. So yeah, this is where you enter towards survival games here at Thorpe Park. Now, this whole area is not normally open during the rest of the season. It's normally like a backstage area, which is why it kind of looks like this. The entrance starts all the way back here, but the actual building for the maze is way down there. So yeah, I'm just going around here, and hopefully, yeah, I can just about see the building for the maze itself. It is like, it's a shipping container style building. It's the same style of building as Compound at Alton Towers. And yeah, this building is huge, like absolutely huge. And yeah, when we've come out of the maze, I will tell you all about it.
Welcome to the games.
So I just finished my fourth and final scare maze of the day, survival games. Oh my word, that was absolutely unhinged. That was crazy. Like, I can see why a lot of people say this is the most intense maze. It's multiple routes that you can take, so you can literally get lost in there. The actors, this is probably the most like physical contact you get from any of the actors in there. They manhandle you in there, honestly. And it was just so insane. And the actors are wild in there. Like, they're literally pulling people into corners or blocking exits. Like, literally, there was a point where I was near the exit, and there was this one person with like a bat with barbed wire around it, who kept directing people the other way. And then there was another person at the end of that who kept, it was crazy. It was so much fun. And then at the very end, they literally got chased out of the maze by a guy with a chainsaw. Literally, I was running out of the maze, and I don't think I've ever ran so fast out of a maze. It was mental. Oh my word. So yeah, that's all 4 mazes here at Thorpe Park completed, and now all that's left is possibly some night rides and the Crows and Walking Meadow, which I'm really looking forward to, and also the shows as well, so Lucifer's Lair and Creature Campus, if we can catch them. So yeah, I'll see you with what we do next.
Is strictly forbidden in the Hyperia kingdom. Attention to all those in Fearless Valley. For the safety of those in the area, cameras and mobile phones are strictly forbidden whilst riding Hyperia. Please secure the obvious items or place in the storage area on the far side of the ride section. Failure to follow these instructions may result in your ejection from the park. Thank you for your cooperation.
So we just did a re-ride on Hyperia now that it's going dark, and honestly it was still an absolutely incredible experience. Dare I say, I think Hyperia might just be my new #1. Like, it was, there's nothing else like it, certainly not in this country. Like, it's just endless forces and intensity. Like, there's not a dull moment on this ride. Like, even when you're ascending the lift hill, the excitement just builds with that intense music, and like all the views you get when you look behind you on the lift hill, where you can see the whole park, is just phenomenal. Yes, I think Hyperia might just be my new #1 coaster on the planet, which is crazy. It's taken 5 years to top the Smiler. But yeah, that was absolutely crazy. So now we're heading towards Sunset Cinema to go and experience the It 4D show. And yeah, I'll tell you all about it when we get back. So I have just experienced the It 4D show in the Sunset Cinema, and I think I prefer that over the Ready Player One show. I think it's mainly because they're very different films. Ready Player One's more of an action film, whereas It is a horror film, and all the scenes of horror in that film, if you've seen the film, you'll know how suspenseful and creepy it is. And the effects in the actual 4D show make great use of the horror side of it. So I think I prefer the It's 4D show over the Ready Player One show. Plus, it didn't just feel like the It show was over just like that with Ready Player One. It felt quite long. It felt longer than 15 minutes. Yeah, that was really good. As you can see, it is now dark, which is the clocks went back this morning, so it now gets dark an hour earlier, which is mental. And we are heading straight over to the Crows of Morecambe Meadow. And I'll see you when we've done that.
Welcome to the Crows of Morecambe Meadow, where the men of Thorpe Village have been cursed to spend eternity as men of straw. Abide by the following rules, or the crown of Chertsey Abbey will curse you too.
So we just went through the Crows and Walking Meadow at night, which I'm so glad I finally did, because the last time we went in there, it was during the day. At night, Crows and Walking Meadow is a whole other experience. Like, it was so much more immersive, so much more creepy at night. I loved every minute of it. It's still my favourite scare zone to this day. But yeah, that is it for our day here at Thorpe Park. It's been absolutely incredible. Highlight of the day, obviously, getting to ride Hyperia for the first time, and doing all the scare mazes and Crows and Walking Meadow. That was absolutely incredible. So I want to thank you all very much for watching this video. I know if you enjoyed it, then please make sure to like and subscribe, and comment if you'd like to see the next video. Goodbye.